Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 2023 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me get seen by the YouTube algorithm, and I am so thankful for you doing so. So, thank you so very much. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have the Lady reverse. So this is the Empress in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. There is something, it's very interesting because you have here a very pregnant woman, right? You have fruit all around her, wheat, bounty, you have the red under her skirts coming through, and there's, her toe going into the water. There's just a sense of absolute bounty, prosperity, abundance. And then reversed, it's, I'm keeping all that for myself, right? Instead of birthing it out into the world, I'm keeping it for myself. Now, there could be a bit of difficulty with the mother. We could be finding it being stressed if we are a mother or a, primary caregiver. We can be finding it overwhelming to be creative or to really be in tune with that sacred creative aspect of ourselves as human beings. We can just be plain out overwhelmed and tired of giving and giving and giving, and it seemingly feels like we're getting nothing in return. So be aware of this. We can just be a bit frustrated. So be aware. Also be mindful of the mother. It could be a stepmother. It could be that just sounds very Cinderella, but it could be that aspect. It could be a mother-in-law. It could be our own mother. There could be something here where it's just frustrating. And we could be feeling guilty about feeling frustrated. You know what? We can just be frustrated, Let yourself have that. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is luminous reverse. We're not letting ourselves shine. This moon, for whatever reason, it wants us to shine. But we're like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm frustrated. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I'm good. So here, just knowing that from Spirit, where it's like we're not shining the way this moon wants us to, the way our energy wants to. Now, this is the psychic moon, right? This is the strawberry moon, in the almanac, but we have such clarity coming from this full moon, which is in 13 degrees, 18 minutes of Sagittarius. And this is a powerhouse of insight. Sagittarius is a sign linked to independence, freedom, enthusiasm, idealism, and it wants to go beyond what is to find out what can be. And Gemini, we're right there for this. Now, Sagittarius is also our sister sign. So it can bring out the absolute best in us. Some of us can be riding this wave and like, oh my gosh, I love this energy. Others of us can be like, you know what, not for me. Thank you very much. But I'll just go to sleep and wait for this moon to be over type of energy here, because it can bring out the best or the worst in us, just as sisters can. So just be aware of this. Let's see what the tarot has to say, and we'll get into the astrology a bit more. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Interesting. Okay. So you have the High Priestess in the upright position. You're the first one, Gemini, in the readings that I've done so far, to accept the knowledge that's coming forward, to accept the psychic moon and be like, okay, I get this. I'm seeing deeper into things. Now, are we having trouble creating and processing exactly what we want? Yeah. But with the High Priestess here, we are taking in this information in strive. I mean, this full moon is shining a light on a lot, and we're here for it. We really are here for it. We also have this full moon letting us see clearly. Now, this is because Neptune, which is, unconditional love and oneness, is squared the galactic center. And this increases our psychic development. This increases our insightful dreams. This is going to be a time where others can poo poo this. We're not going to. Okay. The duality of us might have one twin really into this energy and another twin like, I don't know if this works for me right now. But the one twin that's into it, we ride this energy really, really well. And it's like riding the perfect wave. There's an exhilaration, there's a power, there's a force to it that leads us forward. Now, Mercury is moving very quickly through June. Why is this important, especially to a Gemini? Because we are ruled by Mercury. So any blocked energy, we're going to be moving through that really quickly. We're going to be seeing that right here, or we're going to be coming up against it. And it's like either we move through it or we discard it. And that's going to be something that's very powerful for us. There's a lot of information coming at us during this time. So there's an intensity to that. Now, Sagittarius also searches for truth, honor, integrity, and it is very linked to the law, but not in that justice seeking way, which is more of Libra. Sagittarius is very interested in the truth coming forward. And what is ever done with that truth, that's totally up to anybody else. But here, we're also going to be really focused on our belief systems. And we're going to find that over the next couple of months, our belief systems are shaken. And there's a sense of like, well, I thought I knew that, but it wasn't quite the way I thought it was. Now, what's interesting here is the South Node is in Scorpio. Okay, we have strong Scorpio energy coming through with the Death card. And this brings to the surface, this is the collective past, and it brings to the surface big secrets and toxic energy that has been holding us back. This is the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. We're going through a huge transformation, huge. And it can be draining on us, and it can be overwhelming on us, and we can rail against it. We're still going to be going through it. That's just it. Spirit is going to be leading us forward, kicking and screaming if need be. So do understand that there is a power to the transformation that we're going through, and there is an intensity. If we have Scorpio in our chart, be mindful of where this aspect comes out in our chart, because we're going to see strong transformation around there as well. There is also Uranus is conjunct Mercury, which can bring sudden and surprising news and brilliant ideas. Now, Uranus is the piercing sword of truth. So there is this sense with Uranus, because it is like the higher aspect of Mercury. Mercury deals with like the day to day, the knowledge, it's kind of like why Mercury retrograde mucks everybody up is because it's, the emails, it's the correspondence that we do at a daily basis, that type of thing. This is more the higher mind, the more philosophical aspect of it. And this is entering into new degrees where it hasn't been for, 84 years. So we're going to see with Uranus, we're going to see a huge awakening of people. Now, transit in Jupiter, okay? Jupiter is in transit, right? And it is conjunct the North Lunar Node at 3 degrees of Taurus, which is very positive, especially if you're born on the cusp of Taurus. If you have Taurus in your chart, this is going to be huge for you. It makes higher dreams a reality and connects us with natural law, nature. It connects us with nature in a way that we haven't seen in lifetimes. We're going to see ourselves transforming. We can also see ourselves stepping out of an old way of being and stepping into a new way of honoring, loving, connecting, and being empowered by us. But again, there's a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. The Eight of Wands is everything's happening really, really quickly. And that can be quite overwhelming for us. It's like, how do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? What is it that I'm going after? We need to kind of step back, take it all in, and then it's like one thing after another after another. And there's almost a sense of like once we start, we're not going to be stopping. And that's going to be huge. That's going to be really, really, really powerful for us. With the Three of Swords reversed, heartbreak, pain, and disappointment is being released. We have a lot of pains that we have been carrying with us. People have wounded us. I'm really seeing this in a relationship sense. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be, a parent-child relationship. It could be, friendships. I see it more as kind of like it's either a romantic relationship or it's like the people who are supposed to nurture us and care for us when we were a younger relationship. We're seeing a lot of pains around that falling away. We're seeing ourselves step up and say, I'm worth it. Step up and say, I'm here for me. I love me. I'm connecting with me, and I'm being empowered by me. We're seeing ourselves transform, change, and embrace what we desire in life. There was a lot of heartbreak that has held us back, and we're going to see that there's a release of the heartbreak and an embracing of what we love, what we want, and who we are. It leads us to the veil being lifted from our eyes. We're seeing things much more clearly. We're really leaning into the energy that's coming of psychic development, of intuition, of insight, of empathic, understanding. And we're going to see ourselves becoming more than what we expected. Note during this time, you can have a very clear set of ideas like, okay, this is the way it's supposed to be, or, oh, this is what's going to happen. And there's going to be something about this moon that kind of throws it out the window and says, okay, are you ready? Like, let's hit the ground running. Let's see what can happen, what you can keep up with, what you're desiring in your life, and where you want to be for you. The Hermit reversed is saying we want to be out there, right? We want to be out in the middle of everything. Is that necessarily what we need to do? Not really. We need to turn inward and we need to embrace our hearts, our souls, ourselves, and our dreams. And then we need to step out. But we can, as we come to the realization of things, we can be very overwhelmed by the knowledge that's coming our way and be like, okay, that's it. I'm leaving. I don't want to connect too deeply. It's all just a bit too much type of deal. But here, I always see a beautiful link between the High Priestess and the Hermit. We can also be finding in relationships, we're wanting to dive deeper. We're going more towards the metaphysical, right? And our partner might not be. And so there can be a bit of a disconnect during this time as well. So just be aware of that. Or a partner could be diving deeper and we're not. Though I see it more as we're diving deeper and they're having trouble keeping up or, kind of making snide remarks about things. There is something here with an embracing of our magic, our heart, our souls, ourselves, what we love, what we're discovering in our life, where we want to be, and how we're stepping into our own power. There's something here about a transformation, and it's going to happen. It's kind of like falling asleep. It happens slowly and then all at once. And so here, that's going to be this type of energy as we turn inward, as we're seeing what we discover, but also as we're being, kind of birthed forward from our cocoon, we're going to see ourselves embracing our gifts in very distinct and very different ways, in very powerful ways. So let's dive deeper. We can also be having a bit of difficulty with the Virgo energy, and we might not even know why. We might not. We might be struggling with something, and it seems like they're kind of coasting on the surface of things, and we can just get mad at that for some odd reason. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. But you do have strong Scorpio energy on your side and with you. So yeah, here, if you have any past loved ones who are Scorpios, they're right with you. If you have anybody in your life who's a Scorpio, they're much more on your side than you might think. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, sorry. Hit the mic. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. So what's really interesting here is that we have the new moon coming through. The bonus card was the new moon. It says beginnings. And here we're walking through a portal. This always makes me think of the turn of the year. There's something about, being at the halfway point of this year that's a very big deal for us. Okay. So just knowing this is going to be important. It's going to be insightful. It's going to be powerful. It moves us to showing the world the real you and growth. We don't feel like we're growing. And that's kind of on us. We just don't feel like we're developing, growing, achieving what we wanted to do. But as we're transforming, we're going to see as we're out of this, it's like, wow, I've come far. Wow, this is more than I thought it was going to be. And we need to show the world who we truly are. But more than that, we need to show ourselves who we truly are, what we truly want, what we are stepping into our lives, because we are transforming. This is such a transformative time. And we need to say, this is me. Even if, we say, oh, this is me, I'm absolutely sure of it. And then, 5 minutes down the road, we're like, I'm not really into that anymore. That's not me. That's not what I like. It's like we just need to own what we are passionate about right now. A new start is coming, an acceptance of that new start, because there is just an energy of things moving very, very quickly. And we need to know a new start. We need to know a new passion. And we need to know that we're moving forward in a very big way. And that acceptance is going to be a big deal for us. It's kind of like, I know that things are changing. And instead of knowing that things are changing and then being mad at ourselves because it didn't happen sooner or because we didn't do what we were supposed to do, it's like, I know that things are changing and I'm embracing me. I'm seeing me. I'm connecting with me. That's going to be a huge thing. Our faith, it's being tested. It's time to give rather than take is reversed. We need to take a healing. We need to step into the power, the emotions, the insight of ourselves and have faith. Our faith is tested. Our faith is overwhelmed. We can be questioning what even to have faith in. And here, during this time, if we have faith that the moon's phases will always change, if we have faith that the trees will grow, if we have faith that the rain will fall, that can be something very powerful to have faith in, something very powerful to lead us forward in. And then it leads us here. We don't really feel like luck is on our side. The veil is being lifted and we're seeing so much, we're feeling so much that we can be feeling this world's pain. We can be feeling our own pain magnified. We can be asking questions, searching deeper, feeling overwhelmed with things. So does it feel like luck is on our side? No, it doesn't. Are we resisting the change that our own psychic development, our own intuition, our own, emotional understanding is bringing us? Yeah, we are. So this is going to be a time where we need to look at things and say, I see the change that's coming, or I know that things are changing. That's what we're crowned with. We're crowned with the death card, the transformation of ourselves here. And so here it's like, as the veil is being lifted from our eyes, everything is changing, whether we like it or whether we don't like it. Spirit doesn't really care. Sometimes spirit can be rather callous like that. You can find that people who work with spirit will be blunt. It's like, no, this is what you have to do. And you're like, well, you could have worded that nicely. And spirit's like, no, I can't. You're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be moving forward. And that's just that. Like it, don't like it, that's it. We can be finding that energy around us where we can be very blunt with ourselves, which can hurt our own feelings. We can have people being blunt with us, which again, we're very sensitive. So especially during this time. So just be aware of this, that there's going to be things that kind of like stick in our craw that we're like, wow, that could have been said nicer. And spirit's like, well, I want you to get off your tush. And if I said it nicer, you wouldn't get off your tush type of deal. So just know that that energy is around us, Gemini. It moves us to the answers you need are coming and the purity. The purity of these answers are coming. It's not going to happen as we turn inward, okay? Because we're not really into that right now. It's going to happen as we step outward and we see reflected at us either what we like or what we don't like. So here with the full moon in Gemini, the duality of ourselves comes forward. The answers you need are coming. And it's almost like our question is being echoed back at us. And it's like, is this what you meant? Is this what you want? Is this what you're discovering about you? So just be aware of that. There's also a purity of intention, like the freshly driven snow, right? When the snow has fallen and nobody has stepped on it, and it's just after a storm and you walk outside and the birds start to sing and everything starts to echo off the snow. It's beautiful. It's enchanting. Here, we're like that fresh fallen snow. It's fleeting. It's not going to stay fresh forever. Birds are going to walk on it. You know, bunny rabbits are. Everybody's going to have a chance to walk on the snow. It's going to get pushed down and pushed down and pushed down. But in the beginning, when we're looking at things, when we're looking at our questions, because we're going to be looking at the questions that we have during this time, when we're looking at these questions and we're saying, where do I need to be? There's a purity. It comes in almost the form of a chill. Like it does. It comes like a shiver down your spine type of thing. Or like you breathe in and it's warm outside and you breathe in cold air and it's like, oh, what is this type of deal? Answers are coming through this. Insight is coming to you. Be aware. And it's going to be fleeting and it's going to be just like so perfect. And you're like, oh, well, how can I do that? It's like, oh my gosh, that's a nice dream type of thing. Don't poo-poo it. We're going to want to. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of. This is the star. So this is Aquarius energy. Now, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And so that sword, that piercing sword of truth, we need to be mindful because we might be a little bit too truthful with ourselves during this time. But subconsciously also, we're frustrated with our dreams. We're frustrated in kind of thinking, why was this dream planted in my heart if I can't get what I want, or I can't have what I want, or, I'm not able to be where it is that I want to be, type of thing. And Spirit is saying here, let go of your expectations of your dreams and say, Spirit, where is this dream taking me? Like, what am I discovering from it? Our subconscious spirit message is blissful. It's time to be happy. It really is time to be happy. It's time to see and follow and understand our bliss. Our subconscious tarot message is the Eight of Pentacles. This is also a time subconsciously we're working darn hard. We have goals. We know what we want. We know what we're going after. So be proud of that. And subconsciously we can kind of, our intuition is going to throw us into our work more because it almost feels like we roll the dice and we're always lucky. Just be mindful. Just be mindful about that. We don't want to get reckless. Okay? The moon, abundance reversed, a time to heal. We might not be feeling abundant, even though we're lucky. We really feel like I've worked and scraped and fought every step of the way for this abundance. It's time to heal. It's time to connect with our heart, our soul, ourselves, what we love, what we want. It's time to heal. If we look at this moon, not only as a psychic moon, not only as truly connecting with our inner voice, with our angels, with our spirit guides, with the forces guiding us forward, but also connecting us with the energy that we need to heal from wounds, from being overwhelmed, from, things that have fallen apart in our lives. Here, loss, pain, disappointment, even, we're going to find that we start to heal towards success, when we start to heal towards our power. And it might not be that we feel endlessly abundant, but I'm telling you here, Gemini, that when people look at you, they see somebody who is exquisitely abundant. Okay. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time, of this moon, and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Gemini, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed moon, and God bless. Bye.